Hey everyone, Ferb Guy here, and well, let me get this out of the way. Merry Christmas! Whenever I release this video, either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, whatever it is, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And we are on our way to the final demo included in Jampack Volume 13. But first, I want to get this out of the way. If any of you are on PlayStation 4 or PS5, one piece of good news is that Soul Calibur 3 is finally on PlayStation. My childhood right here. Despite the fact I'm not really into fighting games, but still, this is one of my all-time favorites. It is kind of one of my childhood favorites. I'm not really going to get much in the details. I'm not really going to share much information, so let's jump into our game. Played through Sly Free, modest, fine, could have been worse. Though, the selection of demos included mainly Rumble Down Under and Flight of Fancy, only one level. They could have picked like other ones they could have shown here, but what can you do? Anyways, Shadow of the Colossus. Now, I have a very interesting story with this game, but I'm not sure if I should explain it here or explain it just as we play the demo, just so you can see what on earth am I talking about. But I'll take a gamble. Though it's kind of been a long time since I've last played the Shadow of the Colossus demo. That must have been like, oh my god, like... Okay, so if I was 9 by the time we got Jampack Volume 13, okay, so 2005, that would have been 20 years ago. 20 years ago since last playing the demo for Shadow of the Colossus. Now, that's not the story of, like, the craziness of childhood. I don't know what is. Well, anyways, with that said, let's dive right into the demo for Shadow of the Colossus. Basic buttons, so let's go. I always get confused by this message. If your television does not support progressive scan, your screen will go dark, wait a few seconds, and the menu will return. Should I? I kind of do have component cable in, so let's give it a try. And there's no signal. Progressive scan mode has occurred. And nope, doesn't want to keep it. Alright, their loss. Would have been interesting to see if the progressive scan would have worked with Elgato, but oh well. Let's just go. Let's dive right into Shadow of the Colossus. The game came out, re-released numerous times on consoles, was paired up with Eco on PlayStation 3, and then it had a fresh remake, and etc, etc. We'll talk about that once we finish the demo. Anyways, let's dive right into the demo. With an amazing cutscene we will not skip. Sony Computer Entertainment America presents down. And so here we are. The Shadow of the Colossus 2005 E3 demo. I can't really see the date on screen because of how strong the screen is. You know, I can't even tell in the that, but it looks to be May of the E3 demo. So yeah, anyone remember E3? I kinda do. But let's see what we got going on here. Let me so while they're passed out, there's I don't know, the girlfriend laying there asleep. I know with the skin being pale, you know, pause for a sec. I know with the skin being pale and everything, this must be later on in the game, but who's to say? But yeah, let's see what we got. So we have triangle to jump. Alright. Inverted controls, hit that. Oh, here's Dorman. And there's a girlfriend. Now, of course, tutorial. Of course, we're not outside enough for the light to shine, or at least we can't see it. But I do kind of want to get into, you know, hello Argo, or Aro, whatever you want to pronounce it. Okay, so hopefully we're not out of time on this. Once upon a time, me and my brother were playing this demo, and we had no clue how to play this. We even had a next door neighbor that would come over and he'd have some PS2 games. We showed him this demo. Even we didn't know how to play it. So, this is kind of where the story gets interesting. In our minds, we thought, you know, like, let's just play the game, just not really play the game, or go outside or whatever, just explore the temple. And as we can see a little bit, not really like much we can do out here, but we see the statues of the 16 colossi we need to do. What the hell are you doing here, Argo? Go away. But we just would run around the interior of the castle and just kind of sort of, you know, explore the place. And then we see this like itty bitty little pond right here, you know, and then we're just like, let's go up the spiral staircase and see if we could get outside. So we like traversed the staircase, and it was just kind of like the 11-year-old and 9-year-old me, 11-year-old brother, 9-year-old me. I don't remember how old our neighbor was when he came over and uh, looked at this demo with us, but yeah, we just a lot of weird thoughts that came to our mind, and it involved doing this. Is just travel up the staircase, you know, and look at how steep that is. But it goes up further and 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 further upwards. And yeah, those PlayStation 2 graphics on this game, it really pushed the console to the limits. But back to the story. We didn't know what to do, despite the fact that Dorman told us what we should do. But we travel up this spiral staircase, and of course there was a little pond right there. So, like, kind of like duck a little, and of course thanks to the auto camera. But you know that little pond, little pool pond, whatever you want to call it, that's down there. The one thing that we would do for some given reason, and we do not know why, is we jumped and make him land inside the pond, pool pond thing. And yes, that's how we played Shadow of the Colossus and didn't know how the game worked. But yeah, you could definitely see where my childhood was. Or at least, oh my, uh, that's a glitch. Call the glitch gremlin. Shut up, Dorman. But that's kind of where you get the idea. We didn't know how to play Shadow of the Colossus. It really, I think when we kind of played this demo, it kind of didn't really look like a cup of tea, so we kind of ignored it, and yeah, I just kind of moved on with our lives on it. But there's more to the story of Shadow of the Colossus than you think. Anyways, light will serve as a guide. Inverted camera. And so as we can see right here, looks like, and I've played this this game before. Nope. Yeah, the inverted controls, man. And so, like, it seems like I played, you know, the game came out on PS2, we didn't really get it. It came out on PS3, we didn't have the console at the time. And, we just played the, kind of the demo and didn't know what to do. So, yeah, just continuing onwards. The game came out on PlayStation 4. Of course, this was after my brother moved out. By the time I had PlayStation Plus in like 20 after getting the PS4 over 10 years ago. Cutscene. But yeah, the game came out on PlayStation 4, and the oh, that meant what I was supposed to do. But yeah, game came out on PlayStation 4. I played it a few years later, and yeah, like, in all truthfulness, it's a surprise to many, but I like this game. What I have to call one of the, like, masterpieces of gaming out there. Like, definitely a highly recommend thing. And I played it at a very crucial point. Oh my god, oh. I fell. I gotta focus. I'll tell the rest of my somber story of Shadow of the Colossus once we're ready. I've already exposed enough of it as it is, but I'll tell you at the end of the video. Aha! There we go. Nearly got me. Get that. Yeah. Very fun controls for a very old PlayStation game like Shadow of the Colossus right here. But it, like I said, it really pushed the console to the limits, as you could tell by the janky frame rates. But yeah, like I said here, we've reached our Colossus that we have to fight. But just look at this thing, man. So much larger than life. Like, so cool. Switch weapons by using the D-pad. We have the bow, we have the sword, the bow, the sword, the bow, the sword, the bow, the sword, the bow, stick with the sword. Have our character's health, or the Colossus' health. The inverted controls, I gotta remember that. Yeah, like, just look at those graphics. They're dated for the time, but it was grand magnets for its release. But we got Colossus number 1. Glad they decided to pick this one. Oh, no! Sword, reflect the Colossus. Right over there. Alright. Oh, hold on. All we just gotta do is stab him. Oh. I gotta be quick on the toes. Good lord. And I kind of forgot the buttons. Running out of stamina. Let's try this again. Okay, so we get up the Colossus. Crap. Not the side we needed. Again. Try this again. Climb up his leg. Again, goes to show this how much it's fun to play the PS2 version of this game. Come on. No. Watch out, don't use. Watch it! Quit shaking. Alright. Breathe a little. Got you. Should be tall enough. We can stop right here. Let's stab. And you better go down by this. This chick is told yes. Colossus #1. Down and out to the count. Ah, there we go. Phew. Alright, let's get out of here. No! I got stabbed. And, well, that's kind of it. And here's our preview of the game. Prepare your sword. Coming fall 2005. We already passed fall 2005, however. But, there we go. That was Shadow of the Colossus on PS2. And, well, let me tell you this much. Like I said, hands down, like, if you asked anyone, like, what was peak gaming on the PS2 or any of the later consoles, or at least PS2-wise, you ask a certain amount of people, I can guarantee you some of them will easily say top 10, Shadow of the Colossus. And, well, there's so much that can go on in this game that it just can't be, like kind of said without even experiencing the game for yourself. And, in all honesty, there's some truth to that. Because, as I said before I stopped myself, I played this game for the first time. Albeit in the PS4 version that was remastered by Bluepoint, rebuilt from the ground up. Had a better sound, better controls, sound effects, surround sound capabilities, and the game I just felt like came, or they started playing it, just came at a crucial time for me. It just really like meant so much to me. And the reason for that is because, well, let me shut off the camera right here for synchronization purposes. Is that in mid 2002, if you've seen my Everfree vlogs, I moved from my old home state of Washington all the way into the mountain time zone of Montana. And, it was just like a wish I didn't have to stutter throughout this video, but I feel it has to be like just a deep meaning of this. This is genuine from the heart. There was just something about the theme of this game and loss and bribe and everything, partial versions of the stages of grief. And the grief I had was moving from my old home state to the mountain time zone, and it really affected me. It affected me big time, and just the chance of playing this game for the first time, not the demo, the PS4 game, as I've said, it really made an outstanding impact on me. It proved to me that, games can be more than just standard. I mean, like I said, ask anybody. I mean, this is a grand, adventurous game where there's a plot in this, and I'm not sure if I should give it away, but there's this entity named Dorman, and, like, it's kind of one of those, the Devil and Daniel Webster type of stories. And, yeah, that's really all I can explain about it without trying to give, like, spoilers and what happens away. But in the long end, I beat the game. I loved it so much. I actually have a fan art. I actually commissioned an image from a person of my OC cosplaying as the main lead, Wander. And I've, like, told few to, like, take a look at Shadow of the Colossus, and some of them say yes, few say no, and, kind of one of those, so it's like, your opinion, I trust you, don't mind, whatever. And yeah, the big thing about the game, other than the graphics, is the soundtrack alone. The soundtrack, hands down, has to be the best part of the whole game. When it comes to the storytelling and visuals of Team Ico, the ones who developed Shadow of the Colossus, this was a brilliant score, to say the very least. It was released on CD, it had a vinyl release, and often or not, I will find myself revisiting it. The soundtrack, that is. And yeah, that just kind of goes to like show like what sort of small impact the game had on me and just what it kind of meant to me in the long end. Now, it may seem like a rambling story and something that may go off the rails, saying like what you're talking about, it's all sorts of stupid, but it is without a doubt the genuine heart I have of this game that it's hard to put it into words. And by this point, easily, like, I think you know what my rating of this is, especially like how it implemented and made an impact on me in real life, etc., etc. And without a doubt of anything, and I see why people love this game ever so much. And with that said, I am going to give this game my highest rating of 10 out of 10, worthy of the 80 cents. And yeah, that's all of Jampack Volume 13. And the one thing I must say that I really loved revisiting this game. I mean, there were some good games in here. Some of them were crap. But I mean, Castlevania Curse of Darkness, Genji Dawn of the Samurai, Burnout Revenge, Soul Calibur 3, Ratchet Deadlock, Jack X, Sly 3, Shadow of the Colossus. Aside of most of this stuff, and Chronicles of Narnia, which I hate that game. I wish it would burn in hell. Sorry. I'd say overall the game was worthy of the entirety of the 80 cents that it developed. In the end, Shadow of the Colossus is the best game to bookend the series on. I mean, it's better than going from like top to bottom, starting off with Shadow and then ending on Brothers in Arms, which more than likely in the end I would have had like disappointment on. But yeah, um, just amazing to go back into this game and revisit everything that I personally enjoyed about it. I mean, these demos are just pure throwback for me. And, like, sharing my partial experience with these, it definitely made me reflect on that, like, past from 20 years ago. 20 years ago? Jesus Christ. I mean, it is kind of a teen damn rated game, so I guess I could, like, let off a little swear here and there. But anyways, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys next time for the next set of, no, not the next set of demos. I'll see you guys next time for whatever videos I'm going to post. I am currently in the process of finishing up the day vlogs for Everfree Northwest. And hopefully, like, I have day 2 finished. I'll wrap that up, upload it online, and you could kind of see what goes on from there. Well, anyways, see you guys next time. Again, wish you guys a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Or if you're the one that has a problem with Happy Holidays, to quote Cinemassacre, happy shut the fuck up. Anyways, farewell.